Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. I think we have a lot to discuss in this video. Friday, I did 2 days in the life, and I'm not even kidding. That night is when I found out that I got let go from my job. So it's been an emotional couple days for me, which is why I definitely needed a couple. I took Friday and Saturday just kind of really I would call it rotting. Just because I felt like my life was finally getting back on track, and this happened. So that was a fun emotional roller coaster, I would say. But yes, that is what I really wanted to talk about in this video, is the transition going on in my life and the fact that I got let go from a security job that everyone says is perfect. And what I mean by security job is that it has the benefits, it has the pay. Everyone looks at it as like a safe thing or safe place to work because they don't do much layoffs. I'm not going to say where I worked, but I definitely worked in the hands of either the state or the government. So I'm not going to say which one, but I definitely was affiliated with a state or government job. And we found out, well, when I say we, I mean I found out Friday what exactly was going on. So I went into school, was getting mentally prepared for my shift. I worked 3 to 11. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna come in, I'm just gonna do my work, go home, and plan for all my homework that I have to do this weekend. When I get there, it's about 3:15 by this point, and everyone is super quiet. Nurses aren't as talkative as they usually are. They are very, very, very quiet. Doctors aren't as like, I need you to do this. They're very just on their own element, and I'm like, what is going on? I get to my station, and one of my coworkers is telling me they're doing huge layoffs right now. Medicare and Medicaid spending was unfortunately cut, meaning that non-clinical workers are affected. So when I heard this, I was like, oh, okay, well, it is what it is, I guess. God's got this. I'm not going to stress about it. So I was like, it's whatever. But there was like a feeling in my heart that knew that, like, oh shoot, I feel like this is going to deal with me. I just felt for a couple months prior to being in this position, because in total I was there for about 7 months, and I always had this feeling like I wasn't going to be staying there long. I knew it was going to be holding me back from internships, a bunch of stuff, my career wise, just because it didn't have anything to do with my degree, nor did it have anything to do with my college. So it could really hinder my full college experience and getting internships, etc., all that sort. So I knew there was going to come a day. I prayed about it with God. God already told me months ago when I first started the job, like, you're not going to be here. I always thought it was going to be a year or two that I was going to be leaving. Well, I was wrong. But yeah, so that is what happened. I went in, I said, okay, my phone rings. I think it's just like a random call coming in. So, I'm like, hello, this is so-and-so and so. And they say, hey, we need you to report to this room. But the way that the woman was describing it, it didn't seem like she was actually in the room. She's like, we need you to go to this room. I said, what the heck is going on? Now, my job is very known for unions, bringing in presents, bringing in gifts, vouchers, gift cards and such. So I thought it was just that going on, you know? Like maybe they're just doing something to keep people like, to lighten up the mood, etc. So that's what I really thought was happening. But no, I was wrong. I come in, there's 5 people in total. I'm sitting in the front and there's about 4 people behind me and 2 people in front of me. I see this packet. I see 4 manila folders filled with paperwork to the side of me. And they tell me, unfortunately, due to financial cuts in spending, we do have to let you go from this position. And at first I started like getting really teary-eyed because I had never been let go from a position before. I've never been in that predicament where everything just kind of stops. Specifically with a job that was out of my control. Usually if something stopped with the job, it was me leaving or a company being put on pause, but they were still paying me for that duration, right? And I'm definitely not saying that my company that I did work with didn't pay me. I loved working there. Everyone was very sweet, very nice. The job was very easy to do. However, I knew that this was coming. So weird because I got a feeling on Wednesday. On Wednesday, I get my pay 3 days, 2 days in advance. Sorry guys. I get my pay 2 days in advance and my check usually hits my account at like 5:30, right? I like felt it. I really felt it in my gut. Like God was telling me, do not do any extra spending. You need to put a pause on extra spending because I was planning on paying off everything and just not having any money for the next like 2 to 3 months, right? But God was like, no. He's like, do not spend anything on clothes, do not spend anything on food, he's like, do not make an extra purchase, don't. And I'm like, well, why? But you know, when God tells you to do something, you do it. So I just kind of went into only eating things at the house, only relying on water, on like ice, like going back to my bare bones, right? I didn't know why that was happening. And then when that happened Friday and I was sitting in my car and I was like, oh my freaking gosh, this makes so much sense why God was telling me to stop, because he knew that this was going to be happening and that I was going to be taking a pause. But you know, the first thing that really came up after, or the second thing I should say that came up after, was not only the fact that this was controlled by God, it was really the story of Job and how I have my Bible with me and I do want to talk about it. It was really the story of Job. And so I'm going to pull out to Job chapter 1 verse 8. It says, then the Lord said to Satan, have you considered my servant Job? There is no one on earth like him. He is blameless and upright, a man who fears God and shuns evil. Does Job fear God for nothing? Satan replied. Have you not put a hedge around him and his household for everything he has? You have blessed the work of his hands, so that his flocks and herds are spread throughout the land. But now stretch out your hand and strike everything that he has, and he will surely curse you to your face. The Lord said to Satan, very well then, everything he has is in your power, but on the man himself do not lay a finger. So that's verse Job chapter 1 verse 8 through 12. And that's the first thing I started thinking about, was that I'm not Job, and definitely let's just God willingly, God fearingly, I don't get everything ripped away as much as Job did. But I started thinking back to Job's story and how God tested Job for what he would do when he took everything away from him, and how he tested his faith, and how he tested that everything that he was doing for the greater good, and how God doubled his earnings and what he took away from him, right? And that's just like a general story or a general summarization of Job. I feel like Job is just so much deeper than that, and definitely I can't do it in this short of a video. That's just a whole nother video for itself. But I started thinking about that, and specifically God takes away the things that you dearly hold on to. And I felt at the time, specifically with this job, because the benefits were so amazing, my job was so easy, it worked so well with my college schedule. I was like, dang, I don't really want to leave this place. And I was thinking like that for a couple months. I was like, yeah, I don't know why after I have my degree, I don't think I'm going to go through with my goal beforehand, which was like, I had like a merely impossible goal. Like I knew I wanted to go further than what I was telling myself. At that moment, I wanted to defy the odds. I wanted to make the impossible happen. But I found that I was becoming super comfortable with this place when I knew that God was telling me in the back of my head, like, I'm going to have to give this up at some point. That was always going through my head, and I knew it was going to happen. I just didn't know it was going to happen this fast. But basically why I'm bringing up Job is I remember feeling like this is a temporary flood. Like, this is a temporary flood. This is a temporary void that you have right now. I keep reminding myself during this period of my life where I don't have a job right now, I don't have any savings, I don't have a backup plan, that God often does things. He strikes things down because he knows his children sometimes will not be willing to do it when he says to. And that is what I've been just telling myself. Like, I knew that this was going to happen eventually. I knew that God knew within myself that I was not going to be able to let go of this job on my own. Therefore, something had to happen to the extreme level for me to leave this job, whether it was going to be a conflict that was going to be too traumatic, or I was going to be forced out. And looking at this situation now, I'm very thankful that this happened this way, because I have been able to create videos. God has put this on my heart seemingly at the perfect time that I'm able to just create like such a big community. I know it's considered quite small, but to me, this is very big, very vulnerable for me to share my stories, to share the things that I'm going through throughout my life. With everyone and with you guys. But I'm so thankful for all of you guys' messages, for your kind words and how nice everyone has been to me. Sometimes I don't think that I'm capable of getting that in this world, but I'm just so grateful for God that he has shown me that there are kind people and that there are people who want to listen to my story. So I'm very, very, very thankful for that. But back to what I was saying, that this is really a temporary void for me. I know that I have such strong faith within my heart that God will replenish this, and he is closing this door to open a bigger one that I don't even think is capable. You know, on Friday after this had happened, and they were walking me out after I gave my badge, the first thing I remember like hearing is like, ooh, Shalise, you just don't know what is ahead. Like, this is so good. This is so good that this happened. And I'm like, what the heck? Like, this is not good. Like, I was freaking out in my head. Like, this is not good. This is not good. I don't know what I'm going to do. I don't know what's going to happen. You know, there are definitely times now I am fearful of the Lord. However, I understand that I am human, and I understand sometimes I get upset that I cannot see what is happening in front of me. Trusting the Lord requires so much faith and so much blindness that I tend to not think about how much faith you have to have on an hourly, daily, every second. I have to have faith that he will replenish it. And since I'm in the story of Job, I also recall how when Job continued to get ripped away of everything that he had, he still went on his knees and thanked the Lord for what he still had and what God had not stripped from him. Okay, so here it is. So Job chapter 2, verse 9 through 12, Job says, his wife said to him, "Are you still maintaining your integrity? Curse God and die." He replied, "You are talking like a foolish woman. Shall we accept good from God and not trouble?" And I think about that now. I've been doing, since I have a lot of free time, I've been doing a lot of Bible study, just filling my spirit up with the word to keep my faith at an all-time high. And I just remember this verse and thinking, like, sometimes us as humans forget to still thank God for the good and the bad. I will link it down below, but there was a podcast I was watching with my pastor, Philip Anthony Mitchell. He was talking about that sometimes you have to think, he's like, actually, not sometimes, I don't want to quote him wrong. He said all the time you should be thankful for the good and bad that God places in your life, because sometimes that bad redirects you from doing anything even worse, and it allows you to appreciate the good. He says, as Christians, you experience two emotions the most. You experience joy and you experience suffering.
So this is us learning how to, watch this, live well and suffer well. The true believer knows how to live well, or is growing to live well, but the true believer has to learn to also suffer well. Life is a conveyor belt of pain and hurt and disappointment.
So that's a little bit of an update about what's going on, but I don't want this to be like a video like, oh my gosh, feel sorry for me, blase, because I definitely don't feel sorry for my circumstances. I understand that they leave me into a situation that is uncomfortable, but I understand that this is for my greater good, and sometimes God has to strike his hand down to make the decisions we're too scared to make. So yeah, that's where I'm at right now. I've also felt like this time I don't just want to have a job. I don't want to have a job that works with my school schedule. I don't want to have a job that's just like perfect worldly. I want to have a job, that allows me to have time with God, that allows me to have time for sleep, to allow me to be obedient to his word and obedient to what he tells me to do in my life, that doesn't hinder me from opportunities that may come up for my degree or internships and such. I know the gifts and the love that God has provided me. Therefore, I have to do what he tells me to do. And I just know, and I have so much faith in my heart that God will do something bigger and better than I can even think about at this moment. I have been emotional. I have been thanking God for everything that he has not stripped from me. I am thankful that I still have a family. I am thankful that I still get pay for the next 2 weeks. I'm very thankful that my situation has been peace. My family has been supported through this time. So my family has been supportive with me during this time. I'm thankful that my family has pushed me out of my room because times yesterday, for instance, it was really, really hard for me to come out of my room. I felt like so sad and just like, I just really felt alone. And my family made sure like, hey, get out, like come meet us here. Spend time with your family, laugh a little bit, eat in front of us so we know you're okay, but so you can see that there is more to the world than this little bit of suffering. I've just been so thankful through this time, like everyone has told me, like, just keep your head up, like God has something for you. This is temporary. This is not a permanent situation. He knows what he's doing and you just have to trust him blindly. I have faith in the Lord, but I will not lie to you guys. It has been very hard for me to have 100% of my faith in him, because it's just like, shoot, how am I going to find a job in 2 weeks? What am I going to do? Like everything we do within the world, it's been hard. It's been hard, but if Job was able to get through it, I am able to get through it. That's literally what I'm telling myself. I'm like, Job was able to get through it, I'm able to get through it. Job literally lost his family. He lost his stock, as in his livestock. He didn't have anything to eat. He lost his children. He lost money. He was suffering. I am not suffering right now. This is like a void, but I'm not suffering. I am in a lack of, I should say. I am in a lack. I definitely don't have as much as I did, but I still have enough. God has still given me enough. He's still giving me food. He's still giving me water. He's still giving me shelter. He's still giving me my family. He's given me a car. He's given me gas. I don't have anything that I am behind on. So by the grace of God, I am still here and I am still showing up. So hopefully, you know, this video kind of helps someone. I really don't know if it will. I feel like this video was really just like a sharing purpose, because this has been very hard in my life, but I want to be transparent with you guys. You know, this is why I feel like God has called me to do YouTube, just to be more transparent, and to not hold everything within myself. So if you guys are also going through something where you feel like you are just in a lack of, please, please, please know that God will fill the void. You are his children. He will not leave you lacking. Have your faith in him, as I need to do as well. Have 100% of my faith in him. I need to understand that this is bigger than what I can see. I can't see what he's doing in my life, but I have to trust, because it is coming from God, that it is all good and that he will overfill my cup. So that is this video. I love you guys so much. And yeah, I will see you in the next one.